guys, what's up? This is Blaze the Movie Fan, and it's time for another episode review. This time I will be reviewing what I consider to be one of the worst episodes of the X and Y generation of the Pokémon anime. And that's not saying much, as I think it is for the most part fucking awesome. The name of the episode is A Fork in the Road, A Parting on the Ways. Even the title alone sucks. And not to mention its misleading since there is no fork in the entire fucking episode. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. The episode starts with the narrator telling us about some boring shit that bears no relevance to this episode. Seriously, what was the point in bringing up that Gym Impetor? Furthermore, I watch this show every week, so I'm not stupid. So fuck you, narrator. But we do get to see what Clement is up to though, which is far more interesting than the rest of the episode. Which isn't saying much as the rest of the episode fucking sucks. Now I wonder what Clement is up to. Well, I'm here. How are you doing? Clement, what the hell are you doing here? I'm just a fan of your videos who wants to know how you're doing. No, I mean how the hell did you get inside my house? My house clearly has a security system. Well, I kinda used my gun to shoot one of the windows and get inside there. You did what? Yeah, I should probably fix it. In fact, I'm doing it right now. Let's hope my invention doesn't fucking blow up this time. That was weird. Anyway, let's continue. Later on in the episode, Gloom starts using stuns for Jessie for no reason. No, fuck off. This is bad writing. You can't just make a random Pokémon use a move for no reason. There has to be a reason for it. It doesn't matter if it's a good or a bad reason, but there has to be a fucking reason. My god, I'm hating this episode already, and I haven't even gotten into the main issue yet. And after that cunty Gloom somehow manages to push Jessie in the water, Dr. White saves her, and Jessie becomes his assistant. Why do I have a problem with this? Because in this episode Jessie is out of character in every sense of the word. I'm somehow expected to believe that there is something good in her. There isn't. She's a cunt and has always been a cunt since the very beginning. Am I supposed to believe that she is a nice person despite all the shit she has done? Not only does the moron who wrote this episode not know the first motherfucking thing about Jessie, but he is also a fucking liar. Seriously. In fact, Jessie is the second biggest cunt of the show, beaten only by Davin. And then comes a scene where Bidoof is being taken care of. Seriously? A scene like that does not belong in the Pokémon anime. This is what I would expect to see in something like a How to Become a Doctor documentary. But not in the fucking Pokémon anime. Wanna know why? Well, I will explain why. The Pokémon anime is basically the fantasy cartoony version of Die Hard. Meaning I watch the Pokémon anime to see the Pokémon beating the shit out of each other. I don't watch it for boring drama or some bullshit like that. This episode is not getting better from this point on. And then Jessie stops a Go-Goat. I have to admit, that is very fucking awesome. No, wait, it isn't. It's still goddamn boring! And then we cut to Ace and his friends, which is a little bit more interesting than what Jessie is up to, but not by much. Seriously, you're gonna show a scene of them just fucking eating? You might as well show a clip of Ace taking a shit. That wouldn't be much better. And then the gets into a cage that appears there for no reason. It might be from Team Rocket, but probably not. Seriously, the Gloom scene was bad enough. Does there really need to be another scene that makes no fucking sense sense whatsoever. Whoever put that cage here isn't even fucking implied. And when I say something doesn't make sense, I am talking about in the Pokémon universe. The episode should by all means tell us who put that fucking cage there. You know, I just realized something. This episode is one of the worst because not only is it boring, but it's also full of nonsense. I'm serious. All the nonsense in this episode is as insulting to intelligence as fucking Superman 4 Quest for Peace. And then we cut to Jessie and that nobody falling in love. Now I'm gonna explain to you why this is both boring and makes no sense. Jessie is a cunt, and cunts are unable to fall in love. I mean seriously, you can't make an episode focusing on trying to show the good side of Jessie. It's far too late for that. And then Ash doesn't recognize at first that Jessie is in that disguise. I mean seriously, Jessie isn't even in a disguise this time. She's just using a different hairstyle. Even after 2 fucking decades, Ash still doesn't recognize Jessie when he sees her. Is Ash really that fucking dim-minded? This game is not funny. It's never been funny. It's never gonna be funny. But anyway, Jessie talks about how she wants to live with a doctor and marry him. You know, if that was really gonna happen, this would be a good episode. I mean, hell, it would be a fucking awesome one. I would easily overlook all the nonsense and boring stuff if that was the case. But as you can see later on in the episode, that's not the case at all. And then we are introduced to a very generic hunter, and not to mention a boring one. I mean seriously, he has no motivations that make sense. He wants to steal other people's Pokémon. But for what? Some fucking money! If that's the only reason he wants to steal Pokémon, that's a pretty weak reason. And that doesn't make him even evil. It just makes him a dull, boring criminal. And that Hyperion doesn't make him look badass, especially considering the fact that he fucking sucks at Pokémon battles. Also, remember earlier on in the review when I said that there was a case there and there was no reason for it? And nothing was even implied? Well, I lied. This guy was the reason. But that does not invalidate the point I made earlier. My point still stands. The case being there makes no sense. Since the reason he wants to steal those Pokémon make no sense. But a dull cunt. And then Jessie actually returns to the group of James and Meowth. You know what that means? That means that the majority of this episode is fucking pointless. Well, at least Jessie left Wobbuffet behind. So at least this episode makes some progress. Even the fucking Wobbuffet returns to the group, which makes literally everything that's happened in the episode completely fucking pointless. Enough of this bullshit, I'm getting into my overall thoughts. Is this episode one of the worst episodes of the Pokémon anime overall? It's very hard to say that the show has been on the air for about as long as the fucking Simpsons, and surprisingly more episodes than that. But this episode is definitely one of the worst episodes of the X and Y saga. Jessie is out of character in every aspect of the word. The episode is trying to make her out to be a nice person. And since I watch the Pokémon anime every week, I can tell you for a fact that it's total bullshit. She's a cunt that doesn't care that she's a cunt. There's nothing about her that makes her misguided, which makes this episode even more insulting. You know what? Fuck this episode. In fact, I'm going to give it 2 middle fingers. Well, guys, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching and have a great day. I noticed what you did at Blaze's place. You think it was gonna go unnoticed? You're under arrest for shooting that window and trying to make it worse by using some stupid machinery. Alright, I will accept jail time, but can you let me go to the bathroom first? I really need to piss. don't worry, there is a toilet at the prison you're going to.